All right, 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome once again to your favorite sports show, Loose Cannon Sports, with Dylan Harkins and my faithful compatriot, co-pilot / comrade in arms, Frank Hernandez.
What's up, guys? It's Frank. Nice to be here. Thank you for having me.
Frank.
I'm Loose. This is Cannon. Welcome to the show.
This is Starsky and Hutch. What's the one with Tom Hanks and his dog?
Castaway?
No, almost. Oh man, this is gonna bug me, and I don't want to think about it too long. But Turner and Hooch, that's the one. Yep. Turner and Hooch reporting for Loose Cannon Sports.
Bro, I had no idea that was about him and his dog. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like him, and he's like a detective, and he's got a dog that's like his partner, and he's best friend and shit. It's pretty good.
That is pretty good.
But yes, we are here reporting live from Thursday Night Football on TV. We're watching the Ravens versus the Bucks.
Right at halftime. Things are moving. Things are happening.
It's a thrilling get down of a low scoring affair at that. So not quite what the people might consider a barn burner, but we still got plenty of things to talk about for you guys today. So
not action packed so far. Dylan, who do you want to highlight first?
Who do I want to highlight? I feel like in light of the occasion, I would feel remiss if we didn't highlight Tom Brady a little bit, just because my man's going through it right now. My man is apparently on divorce's doorstep.
You know who's highlighting stuff right now is his divorce lawyer.
Yeah, he's highlighting paper. He's highlighting.
His highlighter is flying.
Highlighting substantial phrasing in divorce documentation about who gets which house and who gets to kiss which child on the lips later on.
Very tumultuous.
Yes. So I think the moral of that story is if you're 45 and you cannot let the hobbies go and it's destructing your family and marriage and general homestead, consider alternative options. Take up woodworking, get a pet. I don't know, there's plenty of options, but, if I was Tom Brady, I might have not came back for this particular season. I mean, how many rings?
You gotta feel sorry for his kids at a certain point. You know what I mean? Mouth kissing your dad once a year, that's all well and good for some families, but, You watch those specials that ESPN does where the dad shows up from being overseas for 9 months in Kuwait or something and everybody's real happy. That's basically Tom Brady, but with football every year.
Yep.
To put it in perspective, they got to hope that their dad goes to the Super Bowl and wins that bitch just so he'll spend some time with them. Because if he loses, he's right back out there.
No family time. I have no time for kids. I have so many kids and only so many rings to get. Time is of the essence.
There's the Mamba mentality, dedication-wise, and then there's whatever it is Tom's doing.
It's
very sad.
It's the mom mentality. Damn, that's tough. Yeah, sorry, Tom Brady. I hope you don't hate us. But it's okay. But yeah. Not the most fun being Tom Brady, but
we're having fun.
We're having a good time. So that's the latest on Tom Brady's love life, sports career, professionalism, all that good stuff. And he's going against Lamar Jackson, who's not having the best season so far, which is kind of tough because he was tentatively in line to get a contract extension, but then he saw Deshaun Watson get paid upwards of $200 million guaranteed to harass women and show to Jimmy unwantedly to various masseuse specialists.
Jimmy. Yeah, the old Gatorade towel card trick.
It's like, what is this, a hand towel? Oops, I had no idea. I'll just run with it. And yeah, when you're Lamar Jackson and you see somebody get paid that much money to do stuff like that, you probably will raise the asking price a little bit.
Yeah, very. It's good to see somebody betting on themselves, especially with the talent of a Lamar Jackson. His style of play, little more physical, gets tackled a lot more, doing a lot more running, putting his body at risk out there. Being a rushing quarterback. This guy is in the top 6, I think, for rushing yards at this point in the season.
Irrespective of position,
right? Just in general, just everybody running, put everybody in there, and he's still in the top 6. It's pretty crazy to see. He does it very easily. He slides well. He doesn't get hurt. I'm hoping that strategy pays off for him. Still a lot of season left, but he's trying to get paid. The Ravens want to sit on their hands and. I don't know what are they waiting for, Dylan? Are they waiting for him to get hurt so that they don't have to pay him?
Well,
who wins there?
Well, Frank, let me ask you this: would you pay a Russian quarterback, which is
I don't care what nationality they are.
Oh, okay, fair.
I won't do that. Again.
Whoops, sorry. For Ukraine, I'm just playing. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I can,
especially if he's a Jewish quarterback. We love all Jewish players around here, right?
Big fans.
Yes, absolutely.
So I kind of get it from the standpoint of a GM. You commit that much guaranteed money to somebody that's going to be more often than not running the football as opposed to passing it. It creates a little bit of a dilemma because you guarantee that much money to somebody that might wind up injured. Probabilities looking like more so than less for that to happen. It creates a little bit of incentive to be a little bit tight with the wallet, not break out the contract extension one Lamar Jackson might be looking for.
Sure. So we have the bargaining agreement, right? Eventually, all the salary caps are going to go up, right? So there's going to be rising contracts.
Yep.
In fucking volume. There's going to be gigantic contracts. And
Large
if you think
money.
they're big now, it's going to get like baseball size here in the next coming couple years. That Patrick Mahomes deal, that's gonna be like a thing that happens. Like, you know what I mean? It seems really big now, but it's gonna get eclipsed. And I don't know, as a franchise, if you have your guy, what are you waiting for? Waiting for a bus?
You waiting for?
What do you want to see? I mean, are they waiting for playoff wins?
You waiting for like to turn into love here? What's going on?
They're only gonna have to pay him more. You know, like what? I don't.
Do you recall the terms of the Patrick Mahomes contract, Frank?
Yeah, it was like 10 years, $1 billion. No, $500 million. It's
good.
literally $500 million.
It's a lot of money. But it's all spread out. It's quite, for being as lucrative as the contract itself is, still somewhat team friendly, which I would say, just to tie things back to Tom Brady a little bit further, Tom Brady, quite underpaid as far as a quarterback of his stature is concerned. Which, I mean, when you're married,
his wife is getting that settlement. That's what she getting.
When you're married to one of the most successful supermodels in history,
all he's doing is losing money.
You can afford to get a little bit of haircut as far as the pay is concerned. So, not the biggest heartbreak in the world, but that's just kind of what we're working with right now as far as this Thursday night football game is concerned. And I think it is reflective of what has been a trend so far this season, and really every season. Thursday night football is not that good.
Yeah,
it's not. It's not a good time.
One of my favorite things about Thursday night football, and I've been on record as saying this, is Richard Sherman and Ryan Fitzpatrick being on the halftime show. And
Great, good
I'll just
money.
go into this right now. I think it's wild that the people were doing the takes on Twitter about him being racist.
And why were they doing that, Frank?
Well, because of what he said about Justin Fields during a certain game, I guess a couple weeks ago in time. He's a bad pocket passer. Compared him to Cam Newton, which is, to be fair, in a vacuum, a weird thing to say about a African American quarterback.
Strange
when
correlation
you're lazy,
to draw.
Okay, and when you don't know what you're talking about, people like to compare, African American quarterbacks that have a running style of play to Cam Newton. Now,
easy peasy.
In this context, I think it's wild because, first of all, my first point here, in my opinion, there is nary a more credible source for NFL play, more specifically quarterback play, than a Ryan Fitzpatrick. Think about it. He has been in the NFL forever. His career was like 15 years at least. He is the epitome of a journeyman. No quarterback, in fact, has been on more teams than he has.
He's a record holder.
Meaning that he has been in the most quarterback rooms. Okay? Some quarterbacks play for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years, and they have only a handful of backups. Ryan Fitzpatrick has always been a backup.
If not a starter in certain instances.
If not a starter. And the point is he's a viable person that can come into an offense on short notice every single season, change teams, and be reliable, be a good veteran presence, and
a competent quarterback.
Nobody has ever said a word about him being racist, despite being around so many different NFL players in his career, in his time. So his track record for being racist, which is a crazy thing to even think that people have, is spotless, of course. So being around so many different quarterbacks over the course of his storied career.
And it is storied.
I would say that he's been around the most NFL quarterbacks in the span of his career than probably any other quarterback. I'm not gonna sit here and fucking Google the numbers on that shit.
The range of interactions is broad.
But he has different quarterbacks with him every single year. So he knows what it looks like to be an NFL quarterback. What skills are good, what skills are bad, what certain guys should do, what certain guys are bad at, and what they're good at and what they should do and shouldn't do. Good coaching, bad coaching, he's seen it all. Right? So just that alone, very, very credible, in my opinion. So take what he said. Here's my next point. Take what he said.
With context.
Without context.
Uh-oh.
Let's take just the quote itself.
Without it.
And just take out the names. Let's just put it in a vacuum. What he said.
This quarterback and that quarterback.
This talking head said quarterback A emulates and his game looks a lot like this other quarterback B. Mm-hmm. He is not a good pocket passer. Mm-hmm. Quarterback A is not a good pocket passer. He needs to run because he's an explosive runner of the football. That's the strength of his game, is what he said. Is that bad? I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what he said.
Is that bad?
What part of that is racist? What part of that
all
is
of
racist?
It. No, I'm just playing.
It only becomes racist if A, you're a dickhead, and B, if you put in the fact that the people that he was talking about are two black quarterbacks, and he happens to be a white male. So that's to say that if the person is credible and knows what the fuck they're talking about, which I am saying that Ryan Fitzpatrick does,
seems pretty credible.
That means that a white man simply cannot say that a black quarterback is a better runner of the football than a pocket passer and compare him to other successful running quarterbacks. It just can't happen. It can't be done on live TV.
It's against the law.
That's what people are saying. That is the case that they're making against Mr. Ryan Fitzpatrick in this take. It's fucking heinous to me.
He said
it's
heinous.
Fucking wild. You can't just say somebody is racist without there's so much empirical evidence that this is a stupid take. It's a fucking terrible take.
So, in that respect, would you say that Justin Fields is indeed an explosive runner of the football?
Yes. If you want to make the case that this thing stands,
the plot thickens.
Yes. If you want to make the case that this take that that Ryan Fitzpatrick is racist because of this take stands, you have to provide me evidence that Justin Fields is in fact a good pocket passer.
I mean, he's got some ball. He's throwing some.
Oh my God, Dylan.
He threw some balls with a rope behind it.
No, okay, I know damn well we are reaching. I can't even.
I know we are reaching.
I can't
now.
even sit here and tell you how fucking bad Justin Fields has been for the majority of his NFL career in the pocket.
It's pretty bad. Not the best.
You could find me a highlight tape of his entire NFL career of good throws he's made from the pocket. That bitch is going to be like a minute long tops. Yeah. If you add music. Like
and some B-roll.
Now find me the fucking cut up of his bad plays from the pocket. I'm not asking for them to be like.
How much time we got?
I'm not asking for them to be like even in time, but there are so many bad plays from the pocket.
They're not great.
And whoever did this initially like made the little clickbaity short of it, and they put on the screen like, oh, his stats when he throws from outside the pocket are actually worse than when he throws from in the pocket. Bro, all of his stats are bad.
They're not great.
You can use, and shout out to Kyle from y'all's pod, you can use stats to say whatever the fuck you want.
Stats lie a lot.
Yes, numbers do lie if you fucking make them lie.
Balonies.
Everybody knows that.
Yes.
Like, you can't convince me that Justin Fields is a good pocket passer at this point. I love Justin Fields.
Not right now, at least.
Huge Justin Fields fan.
Yeah.
I know I'm going over time talking about this bit, but like
it's fair.
I've always been a fan of Justin Fields ever since he was in fucking on that high school show. I mean,
he's been good since high school.
The guy's a stand-up. You know what? His appeal ever since high school.
What was it?
Is that he's a dual threat quarterback.
Yep.
Is that he's got unteachable speed.
He got speed like a leopard and arm like a cannon.
Oh my gosh, when he takes off and runs, I don't give a fuck what color he is. You can't fucking see him anyways. He's fucking out of there, bro. He's so fast.
He might as well be red because he looked like the Flash.
Yes, if he couldn't run, he would be out. They would have cut his ass already because he has not been fucking good from the pocket. He finally had a great game on Monday. I hope you guys watched it. Because he had a really good game. That Bears offense was moving the ball. It was no accident that they were blowing out the Patriots.
It was fun.
And now the narrative with the Patriots is that Mac Jones might not even be a fucking guy. He might not even be
McCorkle Jones.
He might not even be a fucking franchise quarterback because of this game. Because the Bears were beating their asses so bad that they couldn't figure out who the quarterback was.
Yep.
He put Belichick on skates as far as who his quarterback was.
Mac Jones, Bailey Zappi, are they the same guy?
Oh my God. Like they were forced to play catch up with the Bears. It doesn't happen.
With the Chi-Town Bears.
People?
Because Justin Fields be running.
In the year of our Lord 2022.
That one.
Yeah. This man was, wouldn't you know it, finally being drawn up quarterback draws at opportune times.
Yep.
And was having bootleg passes. They were moving him out of the pocket, moving the pocket, having him throw drag routes and crossing routes. And he was moving the ball like that. And it set up deep balls and it set up the run game. It was almost like they were playing the offense and the play calling to his strengths as a quarterback.
It's amazing what happens when you...
The mobile quarterback was being mobile and the offense was moving. Holy fuck balls.
What a concept. It's astounding what can take place when you draw up a game plan that is conducive to the strengths of your quarterback.
So then, is Luke Getsy racist?
Yes. News flash. I'm just playing.
Because he was making Justin Fields run around and use his legs.
Hey, I mean, people
say... He had
say,
a 40-yard highlight scramble, bro. That shit got asses out of seats.
My ass was out the seat.
That shit was amazing. It put him in fucking the red zone.
I'll tell you that much.
You know what hasn't put them in the red zone? Him fucking throwing the ball for like a year and a half. That has not happened.
Well, how
many times? Let me see some stats. How many fucking times have the Bears been in the red zone this season? Probably not that fucking many.
Not a lot. But I mean, he doesn't have like weapons to throw to either. I mean, Darnell Mooney's cool. I mean, he's good. He's like a solid wide receiver too. But they ain't got no one.
Stop calling people racist, guys, for clicks. It's weird. And I don't like it.
Moral of the story, PSA from Frank Hernandez. That doesn't rhyme very well. Who cares? But yeah, that was what took place on, was it Monday? Yeah, it was Monday's edition of football. Yes! That's what I need. I need some fantasy football individual defensive player.
Did you just get happy about somebody getting hurt?
Sorry.
Bro, what just happened? We just saw Shaq Barrett going out on a cart. A la carte. Very sad.
A la carte by himself.
And we had cheering from one Dylan Harkins.
Sorry. Fantasy football doesn't allow for morality. Sorry, I'm the bad. I am now bad cop.
We really have one job, and it's not to get happy when injuries happen.
I'm sorry.
We have to act like that's not something we're rooting for.
It's not great, but it happens, especially this season. Frank, here's a good question. Would you say that this season... We're big fans of good questions, even more so of bad ones. Good question, though. Would you say that this season of football has been worse for wear as far as the rate of injury taking place is concerned?
No.
Quick answer.
No. Every single year, injuries are wild, and they are
pretty wild.
Abundant. And it's an unfortunate part of the game, but it is a part of the game. Here goes Kenyon Drake catching a play action pass into the flat for a touchdown. Very good.
Wow.
Kenyon Drake playing. Yeah, I'll fuck with it. How do I do it? Kenyon Drake playing with all of our emotions. The waiver wire darling of week 7.
Playing with my emotions.
Taking a week off and finally producing.
Playing with my mic.
Touchdown.
It's like playing with my emotions.
The Ravens are the new Patriots, backfield wise.
The Ravens?
You heard it here first.
Yes.
We all, fantasy players, all know how we felt about the Patriots running backs in their backfield years and years, and for the past 10 years or so.
Pretty much, yeah.
Can never pick the right horse. You're never gonna figure out who's gonna score what on a weekly basis. Can you still see my face? Am I still
pretty?
Still beautiful?
Am I still pretty?
Maybe you could
move this. Maybe you could stop rambling so much.
Do a little Jimmy.
But yeah, Ravens, new Patriots backfield. What do you think about that?
It's pretty crazy.
Spot on, not spot on?
I think it's pretty solid, but I think it's more so situation, more so in circumstance than actual game plan to flurry between such a wide variety of running backs. Because
do you mean like game script dependent?
I would say personnel dependent. because I think in an ideal universe, they would want to use J.K. Dobbins and Gus Edwards primarily as their 1-2 combo.
JK.
But yeah, just jokes, just kidding.
Tell me it's a JK.
He's not starting and not playing because he's actually J.K. Dobbins is on the injury reserve list once again. Because
I'm not mad at him for getting hurt, man. I just wish that he wouldn't have been so fucking gung ho in the offseason.
Yeah, it's a big tease.
I want the storyline
Posting
of
clips,
like the guy
blowing
like,
boys up.
the guy that's coming back from a season-ending knee injury, which is devastating for any running back. I want the narrative of like everybody doubting him in the offseason, him just knowing more about his own body than all the experts and all the fucking the Adam Schefters and all these, and he's the only one that knows where he is in his rehab. So whatever, we can take his word at face value, and then
It's just
here we are, man.
It's
here we
just
fucking are.
It's tough,
Medical
man.
science prevails.
That's what people say. That's been the whole narrative this season. Oh, Achilles, not a big deal. Oh, I tore my ACL, MCL, LCL, whatever other L you got in your knee. Doesn't matter. I'm coming back, guns blazing.
Knees are taking the L's, is what's happening.
Not quite. Turns out you get major injuries to the lower body and you use that a lot in your play style. You're not going to have a good time,
Athletic
unfortunately.
medical science has taken leaps and bounds in the last 10 years, and we've all seen it, and we're happier, and the world is a better place for it. But I think this year might be a little bit of like a yellow light for that.
They said pump them brakes, bro.
People coming back too soon, people getting misdiagnosed, and then you have the whole thing with the head trauma, the concussion thing, and you see that being a major narrative this year.
It's tough. I think another major narrative, the NFL seems to have a QB problem.
Yes, well, of course. It's fucking hard to play QB. There's only really like 15 good quarterbacks in the whole world.
But would you, if injuries are not a bigger concern, would you say that the current generation of more tenured quarterbacks is not transitioning well as far as the next generation carrying the load from here?
I would say
bad
that,
word choice. Who cares?
I would say that it's more of an anomaly when a quarterback just walks into the league and is super successful and fucking profligate with the ball.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
it's a good word drop.
It doesn't. It's not. It's something that we've seen frequently recently. I don't know if there's a word for frequently and recently put together, but Patrick Mahomes, he sat for a year and then did really good when he came right out. Justin Herbert just came out and started slinging.
Yeah,
that bitch.
my man went out to Oregon, and he was like, "I'm here. I'm getting drafted."
But again, that's like the perfect storm of like going to the perfect place, and he fooled everybody because Justin Herbert went to Oregon, which was a college offense that did not accentuate his strengths at all as a quarterback. It's a lot of screens, and to this day they run a similar style offense. You go quack quack quack. They fucking. Oh my God, their quarterback sucks now. Who's that guy? The guy that played at Ole Miss forever. Fucking. Anyways, we'll edit. We'll do it in post. But
figure it out.
Their offense is a lot of screens. Oregon, like 50% of it is just passes like 5 yards and lower, and that's what they had Justin Herbert doing. And everybody in the pre-draft process just knew he's got all the physical tools. He's one of the upside guys.
He's got the intangibles.
Yes, well,
real lunch pail kind of guy.
I don't know about that, but he
first in the building, last to leave.
I don't know about that. What I'm saying is that he had the live arm that you want in a quarterback, and every year there's one of these guys that just has a fucking laser rocket arm. You got a Jay Cutler, you got a Matt Stafford, right?
Is that Julio Jones making an appearance on our TV?
Back from the Jones.
That's who we should have talked about. Hey, shout out
to jonesing for some Julio?
I've been jonesing for some Julio. My man has showed up for the Buccaneers to play, and he's doing window dressing. He's not doing a lot of playing.
He's a window shopper.
But I get it, because if I was in my mid-30s, early to mid-30s, and I was asked to play wide receiver in the NFL, I might be a little perplexed.
We'll talk about Julio in a second. Let's just finish this quarterback take real quick. All right?
Okay.
I think the reason that the quarterback has an NFL problem, if somebody wanted to say that, is because our expectations are a little bit too high because of some of the outliers. It's incredibly hard to play quarterback in the NFL. Everyone knows this. It's widely regarded as the hardest position in sports.
Oh, yeah. Most important position in sports, too.
And even in previous generations of football, the 80s, the 70s,
The 90s.
Mostly the 80s and the 70s.
Fair.
The common tradition, the norm was to draft a quarterback and then sit that motherfucker behind your quarterback for years.
Yep.
And just never hear from him again. Jordan Love
Basically.
style.
Yeah.
And that's just what you did in order to develop the quarterback. And offenses were fucking peanut butter and jelly back then compared to what they are now.
Yes.
And so to think about that, like motherfuckers are expected to just come in as 21-year-olds, 22-year-olds, and just lay out the full course meal in an NFL game.
I know how to run an offense. I know how to coordinate an entire
You're
personnel assemblage.
You're handing over a 5-star kitchen to a fucking novice chef.
The bus boy.
Yeah, not a bus boy, but like,
Damn.
that's a little far.
That's
but,
tough. Sorry.
Yeah, it's tough to expect a lot. You know what I mean? Because a lot of things are
pretty
riding
tough.
on that person, and it's not even just the.
It's a lot to ask of
it-
somebody.
Yeah, it's not even just the content aspect of it. It's the pressure.
Oh, it is a pressure, and I think again it is reflective of like a shift taking place to where the current generation of older your Aaron Rodgers, your Tom Brady's, your Matt Ryan's,
Changing of the guard.
the guard is changing, but I don't quite know if it's I almost feel there's two sides to the same so-so coin. Older quarterbacks are passing on mediocre play reflected in the current day to quarterbacks of a younger generation that have not quite come into their own yet. We see Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars making some semblance of improvement, but he was a widely regarded generational prospect. And the leap that one would have hoped from year 1 to year 2 has been somewhat at best. We wouldn't call it a astoundingly vast change
I don't know,
from
man.
where we
I
were
feel like
last
Trevor
year.
Lawrence is doing pretty well, especially given what he did in his rookie year. That shit was bad.
I mean, it's
That
not.
shit was real bad.
And the context is required,
Motherfuckers
too.
were throwing out the whole, Peyton Manning had a terrible rookie quarterback season.
That was
like
fun.
that's everybody's favorite.
That was a
thing to
fun
do.
take.
But like that's really all they had with Trevor Lawrence. Like
Yeah.
it was indefensible how bad he was his rookie year.
It was pretty bad. Oh wow,
Urban Meyer, thank you.
Yeah, Urban Meyer.
Thanks a lot, Urban Meyer.
Way more interested in grabbing asses and
Trevor Lawrence
kicking
said-
the asses of kickers,
Trevor Lawrence said, "You tried to ruin me. You tried
but
to
you
ruin
didn't
me."
try hard enough. I'm generational, damn it.
even as bad as he performed in his rookie season, I still think Trevor Lawrence was a good leader.
You think so?
I think he was. He never.
I mean, he was that at Clemson. I mean, I would assume he's got some leadership qualities about him.
His team never gave up on him or anything like that. Like,
He don't strike me as the kind of guy you want to give up
even
on.
under. I think of it this way: like if Urban Meyer was the head coach for any other rookie quarterback, they would have been fucked.
They would have had a good time.
But
But you know what's crazy?
Had made it.
You know what else is crazy? He did so bad as an NFL coach, but still is in demand to coach college football. Frank, let me ask you this:
That's what happened to Nick Saban.
Is that crazy?
No.
That is a concept that confounds me to this day. Folks can be
Really?
I think so. Yeah, maybe I'm just not as well seasoned enough intellectually as far as the coaching acumen is concerned, but it strikes me as perplexing that someone could be so successful coaching college football.
Dylan?
They make the transition to NFL football and they're a bust.
Wait a minute, man. Are you saying that you don't have experience as an NFL head coach?
I haven't updated my resume lately, but
Fuck, I've been bamboozled.
sorry.
Hoodwinked.
I need to put my head coach's hat on real quick. My Mike McCarthy hat on real quick. Excuse me. Aha.
Look, Urban Meyer's antics off the field are indefensible. I mean,
Pretty bad.
That doesn't lend itself to being good at anything,
No, not
any kind of
really.
profession. I don't think anybody would want.
Nah.
I don't know. I don't know how your boss does it at your job, but it's probably not a good look if you're the boss of your shit is like getting twerked on by young people.
It's probably not a great look, but you know,
Questionably-
boys and gals be twerking. It's America. It is the year of our. They'd be like, they've twerking in this economy. Like, come on, man. But no, I guess it's still
Go
just
home with the team, man. Just go home.
it still is just be what Matt Rule is another example. Matt Rule got fired, and they're already asking him, barking up his tree to come coach college football. He did it.
Bro, college is way different than the pros.
That's fair.
The pros is like this weird pocket dimension of football that like is
It's a little strange.
It's like the stars have to align so much for a coach to win in the NFL. And like it's kind of, and again, this is one of the reasons that we love the NFL as a universe, because it mirrors life so much. The rich like get richer a lot in the NFL, and that does happen in college. But you have your Belichick's and you have your Andy Reid's, you have your coaches that just year over year are successful and run a good ship,
killing it,
and people are clamoring. Your Sean McVay's people are clamoring to hire anybody that has had anything to do with these coaches, just so they could get a fucking whiff.
You had a 6-month tenure as an assistant coordinator for the tight end package grouping with Sean McVay. Please be my head coach. Okay.
You found one of his tissues from his office.
You helped rehydrate him when he was thirsty.
Let
me give you the bag right now. That's what you need, sir. You
were working at Sephora when he bought his wife a gift basket.
You helped her test out perfume?
Holy shit.
Why have I not had you sign the contract already?
Please be the head coach of us. Please.
Can you lead my personnel group of grown men to success in promised land?
That. It's one of those, it's an enigma to be a fucking great head coach in the NFL. That's why the best ones say very little, because they don't want to give away the secrets. And the thing is, I don't think they fucking know.
What's the old parable? Better to let folks think you're an idiot instead of speak and prove them right?
I guess, yeah. That sounds right. I don't know if that's a fucking parable, but it sounds right.
Or is parable's not...
that could be a parable.
Is that a word? That's a word. I don't know if it's the right word,
pretty
but
comparable.
It's a word. I know that. But yeah, man, that's kind of I guess that's my 2 cents. I don't get coaching, but I'm also a manager in my day job, and that still eludes me as far as some of the dynamics and nuances are concerned.
I feel like college coaching is it's simpler. There's a
think so?
Yeah, there's a template to follow in college football, and if you check all those boxes, you can be successful as a coach in college football. There's not a huge mystery to it. You need this, you need that, you need to be at this type of program.
Pretty much.
Because the hierarchy has always worked the way it is. So the expectations for a coach, as long as you don't fucking suck in college, then they won't get rid of you. I mean,
that's true. You got to kind of F up pretty hard.
And like hopefully that gets upended a little bit. I want to see some tectonic movement in the NCAA. Because I'm tired of seeing the same 4 teams, man, and I think we all are. That's why everybody's excited about this, the expansion of the playoff.
Yeah, delve into that a little bit.
Well, yeah, they're working on expanding the college football playoff. So used to be it was just the one game, and everybody else got screwed out of a chance at national championship.
And that's one game for playoffs?
No, it was just the championship. Top 1 and 2 teams used to just be the championship, and now. As of the last almost 10 years, 5 years, somewhere between 5 and 10 years, it's been a playoff. It's been top 4 teams.
Yep.
But even that, not so. It's still not super indicative of people. Not everybody. Not
There's
as
room
many
for
teams
improvement.
get a chance. You can still crowd the top with Alabama and Clemson.
That's true.
And then just cycle out the other 2 teams that just get trounced.
Ohio State, Oklahoma, or
and like we
UT.
Again, I keep like my thing in sports is like we want to see some shit that we didn't predict. We want to see some crazy shit happen. And what lends itself to that better than a 16-team bracket?
That's fun. That's how exciting.
I mean, the NBA. Everybody loves the NBA. How many teams they got in their playoffs? 16.
People do like the NBA.
Bam.
Speaking of which, we're actually in preseason. We're in preseason basketball.
Right, you want to do some NBA stuff?
I'm into that. I think we gave it.
Why do the Spurs keep winning?
Oh yeah.
Why?
That's true.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
How do you
Greg Popovich is coaching
so good?
Yes,
bro, these motherfuckers can't tank. Like,
bro, it's so.
I wouldn't have a problem.
I don't know
if
I've been more frustrated about victory in recent times.
I'd be telling this to people.
Why is my team so good right now?
They'd be like, "Aren't you a Spurs fan?" I'm like, "Yes, that's why I'm fucking pissed every time they win games."
I want Victor Wembanyama too. Damn it!
Holy shit, dude! Victor Wembanyama is so good. Like, I've wanted them to tank for seasons, for a millennia, and they never do it because Greg Popovich is just too good of a coach. He gets too much out of his players.
He's too damn good.
Yes, he just takes nobody's
somebody
young
bad.
kids, and they are able to be middle of the pack. And I'm sure that's good in like, I don't know, craps. What's but,
Backgammon.
yeah, I don't know. But like in the NBA,
Russian
man,
roulette.
it's very feast or famine. You either get somebody at the top of the draft and start over and tank, or you compete.
Wow.
Likely?
Oh my God.
A touchdown is likely.
A likely touchdown because Mark Andrews is out.
Yeah,
Wow.
shout out to the Ravens for being so good at drafting tight ends.
All week, mofos was like, you should pick up Isaiah Likely. What if Mark Andrews is still hurt? And I was like, no. Mark Andrews is fine. I don't care. And now Isaiah Likely has a touchdown and Mark Andrews doesn't.
But as of right now, the Spurs are 3-2. They just lost tonight. I think,
they did?
which is good. I hope that this is the beginning of the slide.
Thank God.
But they won like 3 games in a row right there. It was
what a
starting to weird
relief.
me out because the thing is, look, they've already made the moves to start tanking. Right? They sold off their best player for draft picks. This is a clear tanking move.
RIP DeJounte Murray is a Spur.
We love you. We love you, DeJounte.
Also, Lonnie Walker Jr., he's hanging out in Los Angeles. He's now a Laker. Good for him. I wish him
my hat off.
I wish him all the best. I also
Love us some Lonnie.
I was infatuated with my man as a Spur ever since we drafted him, and his hair was too big to put his hat on, so he had
Pineapple
to put his
head.
Spurs cap on top of his hair and smile goofily with Adam Silver. And I was like, this is my favorite guy. I've never been more
goofily
fan.
a word. I once was
I
at a
love it.
Spurs game and I sat next to a jeweler in San Antonio, and she said that she knew Lonnie Walker
What?
personally.
That's cool.
Because this motherfucker, like as soon as he, like the day he got drafted,
I'm buying
came
a
in with
chain.
2 of his boys,
Hell yeah.
bought himself a big ass chain and both of his boys.
Look at that.
And
Cares about the people. And the people.
Every month, every couple months or so, he would hit her up about getting upgrades in their chains. And I'm like, I respect that. Putting your boys
Upgrades.
on, can't hate on that, Dylan. You ever make it to the league?
I'll buy you. I will buy.
Chains.
I will buy you a chain.
Chain time.
Congrats on your chain. Down the line.
I'm trying to bling bling blow on people. I'm trying to get it, man. I got no chains. I got no chains right now. I'm trying to up my chain game.
0 chains.
Trying to move the chains. But
Hoping so. But aside from the Spurs, what is interesting you about basketball so far other than that? I too like watching people that can't shoot basketballs play basketball. It's really fun.
listen, I think the Nets, if they stay healthy, they actually have a really good chance this year. I mean, look.
Really?
Yes, look, Ben Simmons,
Really?
all the shit that we want to talk about Ben Simmons, that's all fine and good, but like if he's actually playing, he is a really talented basketball player. And if he's
Just not when he's shooting the
doesn't-
basketball.
Well, look, if he doesn't have to be the best or even the second best player on his squad, then he's fine. He's a good facilitator.
A big facilitator type.
If Gumby is on your team dishing and fucking dribbling around people,
Gumby?
who are you to fucking hate on that, man? The guy's super good. He's basically Gumby. Have you ever watched him play? He looks like Gumby.
I'm Gumby, damn it.
Hi, I'm Gumby. I'm Gumby.
Oh man, that's good stuff. Yes, the Nets are cool. Do the Nets still remind me? The Nets still have Kyrie?
Pretty sure they do.
Yeah, he was just saying
For now.
that. He was in the press in one of the conferences. He was like,
He said the earth is flat, COVID's not real, and pay me my money. Thank you, New York City.
questions about
I'm out.
about Ben Simmons, and he was just like, "Fucking get off Ben Simmons' dick. He's fine."
He's fine. We're best friends. He's very cool. He has nice clothes. He has good takes. I'm Kyrie Irving.
Look, winning cures everything. Everybody knows that. And
That's
if
true.
the fucking Nets just come out here and Ben Simmons just passes the ball to Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving takes over every third game, they could
do something.
They could get 55 wins and go to the fucking playoffs. And
I still can't believe James Harden was with them for a little bit, and he was like, "I need to get out of here, dude. I'm not having a good time here hanging out. I'm gonna go play with the 76ers and hang out with Joel Embiid."
Dude, fuck James Harden. Have you ever seen James Harden get to a team and that team be like, "Oh, we're good now"?
I mean, I've seen him even go to a team and have
nothing.
be
He's
a
an anchor
he'd
in
have
a
fun.
bad way. I don't know how anchor is
He's
like a
he's
good
an
term
anchor.
for
He's
a
an
player.
anchor around a leg.
He's an anchor, like
a
they
ball and
throw the
chain.
anchor off and the ship stops. That's what an anchor is, right? That's
Damn.
what the fuck James Harden is. Yeah,
ship
he's
stops
he's a ship
it.
stopper,
They said, "Yeah, we're not doing that
which
no
is
more."
which is
Nope.
exactly what he is because he ain't getting no ship.
I'm sorry about your. I'm sorry about your ship.
Yeah,
but you have an anchor now.
Ships ain't happening when it comes to James Harden.
You've-
Where even is James Harden right now?
He's with the Sixers.
Great.
He's hanging out with Joel Embiid.
I mean, look, Joel Embiid is like the MVP. Like he could be
Big Joel Embiid head. He has great tweets. I don't know if y'all know this, but Joel Embiid spent the first 2 or 3 seasons of his professional career injured periodically, and while he was in
Professional.
refreshingly professional career, he spent a lot of time.
Pro-sectional.
He got good tweets. He spent a lot of time tweeting and shooting off jokes and takes and other fun stuff like that. And that's when I learned I was a Joel Embiid fan.
Bro, Dylan is so partial to players that have social media influence and like presence. Tell him about the Justin Jefferson and
Oh, yeah, yeah.
thing. I'm gonna go take a piss. You do that.
Okay, cool. So I cannot claim credit for this. There is a gentleman on Reddit, I forget the name, but he introduced a concept known as the Treadwell-Diggs hypothesis. And you might ask yourself, what is the Treadwell-Diggs hypothesis? Well, it is a concept that measures the amount of social media activity oriented around working out that an athlete posts upon their first introduction to professional football. And you might ask yourself, what does that have to do with anything? And I would respond, probably nothing. But the fact remains, if I'm seeing an athlete that I'm partial to and I'm following their career and they're posting about, I'm out at the club, I'm hanging out, I'm playing video games, I'm at the mall, I'm in a music video, I'm hanging around with celebrities, I'm shaking hands, kissing babies, but I'm not working out. I don't know how I'm going to feel about that. Am I supposed to be confident? Am I really going to be looking forward to your athletic acumen if I'm going to know intimately the extent of your shoe closet, how many cars you've bought, how much money you've spent on this, that, and the third? Possibly not. But if I see a lot of clips on Instagram about you working out, running routes, in the gym, conditioning, working on technique, it kind of relays a little bit more about where your headspace might be and how seriously you're taking your craft. So, in essence, a sterling example of this, one might ask yourself, what's a good example of somebody that actually followed this hypothesis to a T? Look no further than one Justin Jefferson for the Minnesota Vikings. Because, according to the Treadwell-Diggs hypothesis, when the study was ran, I believe the number tallied 22 counts of stories and content posts being shared around working out from one Justin Jefferson. Does correlation amount for causation? Does that equate out? I don't know, but I'll tell you this much. Justin Jefferson looks like a hit to me. And you know who don't look like a hit? Romeo Doubs, wide receiver for the Packers, who, when the study was ran for him, I believe he accounted for maybe a whopping 0 posts about working out. And guess who drops a bunch of passes from Aaron Rodgers lately? Romeo Doubs.
Bro, everybody drops passes for Aaron Rodgers. That's a thing to do. If you're not fucking Devontae Adams, you drop passes for Aaron Rodgers.
I think everybody just needs some ayahuasca.
You're saying that nobody works out for the fucking Green Bay Packers wide receiver core ever?
No.
This whole fucking
I haven't
theorem,
seen them on Instagram sharing any of that.
My God, this whole fucking theorem is so it's complete. All the data is incidental. It's all completely incidental.
But it's
Total
fun
coincidence
data.
that Justin Jefferson happens to be a fucking phenom Hall of Famer. Justin Jefferson even existing is an outlier. This guy has
true.
every fucking record, is on pace to be the greatest wide receiver of all time, and like
He's pretty good.
statistically, it's just is there. And it's why. Because he fucking posts on Instagram?
Yeah,
That's the dumbest thing I've
obviously.
ever heard.
Frank, if you posted 20 clips of you working out and running routes and catching footballs, I'd be like, wow, I'm looking at the great next American wide receiver.
I hate this. I hate this.
He's not having fun.
This is the fucking school of thought that everybody's life
Sorry.
is reflected in their Instagram. I literally have no posts on Instagram.
Well,
Am I never
guess
going to make the league?
I'll tell you who I'm not drafting first overall in fantasy football.
I mean, that's fair.
one Frank Hernandez for starters.
You know what? One good bet came out of this stupid fucking workout on Instagram theorem. Then that's the only thing that you can bet on is that I won't go in the fucking NFL
I'm
draft.
just saying it shows where your priorities are. So maybe
To me, it shows that people's priorities are on fucking posting their stupid things on Instagram.
He said, "I ain't worried about.
There's lots of
I
successful.
ain't worried about posting. I'm worried about working out."
There's lots of successful NFL players that
Getting
don't
it
post
in.
their shit on Instagram that work out all the time. That happens.
That's fair. That's fair. But we're missing the forest for the trees. Let me ask you this, Frank: is the age of LeBron over?
I do like trees. I'm
Big tree guy.
keep Austin weird. support the trees. Why are we talking about LeBron?
Because have we talked about LeBron yet?
Do we want to make sure we get some clicks and talk about LeBron?
We need to talk about LeBron for sure. Somebody, I think it was either Shannon Sharp or not like Shannon Sharp. It was a basketball.
All right,
guy.
let's profess our casualness.
He said that
Whew.
the LeBron era is over and people need to start respecting Steph Curry more.
Wow.
Okay, so pivot to Steph Curry?
Do people not respect Steph Curry?
No.
No, he's not regarding
Frank said no.
spot.
No, people do not respect Steph Curry at all. I mean, I'm a Spurs fan, so I hate everyone, but like
That's fair.
and like if you're not a Steph Curry fan, he's very annoying, but like
He got a wet
his,
shot.
his influence on just the game of basketball in general cannot be ignored.
It's really you can't even really measure it. It's almost introduced in completely
You can
different.
measure it. The amount of 3-pointers that are attempted like in over the course of his career since he became like the MVP are not only in the NBA alone, but like just in the game in general. Like the way that
Young
people are
kids
scouted.
don't grow up wanting to win the slam dunk contest. They want to win the 3-point contest.
Well, yeah, because it's relatable.
These are the facts.
Because everybody can, in theory, become a good shooter.
not everybody can dunk the ball.
Right.
As Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes told us, white men can't jump. So
look out for that. Look out for the white man can't jump commentary reaction video.
we got that coming real
coming
quick.
soon. Hopefully, get that out. Get that on wax before the reboot comes out.
Let
so
people
that we
know
can-
I can hear Jimmy. Yes, I can. He said, "You hear Jimmy. You don't listen. You listen to Jimmy. You don't hear Jimmy."
kill every motherfucker.
I'm gonna go get my gun out of my car. I'm shooting everybody here.
Oh man,
That's good stuff.
is
Yes,
great.
But the fact remains, I
Steph Curry's the shit, man.
I don't want to say.
Objectively, Steph Curry is the shit. And he's
I don't
a
think
killer.
no one's disagreeing. No one's disagreeing.
I hate to take a LeBron segment and then like Steph Curry it up,
LeBron Curry segment.
but I mean, he's that's just what it is. Like that's just the natural flow.
Well, you want to push some pivots. Well, how about this? What's up with Draymond? Is Draymond not a man of the people? Do people not like Draymond anymore?
What? People love Draymond.
I don't know. People don't like Draymond, dude.
People went from
I like Draymond, but people
went
don't
from,
like Draymond.
feeling whatever about Draymond and then like hating him.
You
whenever-
punch one guy in practice, now you're the worst guy to ever walk the earth, apparently.
Well, they've always hated Draymond, bro.
No one's like
doesn't- He
Draymond.
doesn't have the attitude that anyone likes. He's everything that's bad about basketball.
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah,
I'm Draymond.
He doesn't get along with anybody. He's always talking shit to everybody. He can't just keep his mouth shut and play. He fucking is always talking shit to the refs. He's the most flagrant fouled guy.
Remember when he got suspended for kicking LeBron in the dick?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Shifting the tides of history with one fell swoop of the leg up to
Oh, there's a great deep dive there.
a section of genitals that will
not gonna
resound through
do-
history forever.
We're not going to do it, but there's a great deep dive there.
There's a deep dive that went as deep as the leg
it led
into the
to,
crotch.
in my opinion, one of the greatest shots in NBA history by one Kyrie Irving.
It's a crazy shot.
That was
you could put that
a
in the Louvre.
monumental shot that occurred
crazy.
and may never have happened if it wasn't for Draymond Green
Let's go crazy.
dick kicking LeBron James.
He said one whoosh, and history shifts irreparably.
Whether you agree with what happened with his suspension or not, you can't deny that the outcome was very, very historical and entertaining.
It's a wild turn of events to reflect back on. I don't. Has there ever been other than that
It completed the
comeback?
LeBron James Cavs return championship arc, which is one of the greatest stories in the history of the fucking sports, of course, but I'd say the world. I mean, God, you can't write that.
It's tough to put a pin on it because, yeah, man, it's crazy to consider. That's probably the climax. I'd call it the peak. Probably the LeBron's magnum opus of sorts.
Absolutely is LeBron's. What's that movie where the guy is the band teacher and he's got an opus?
Whiplash. Is that the one? Oh, never mind.
No. Great movie though.
He's
great
got
movie.
opus.
J.K. Simmons and Miles Teller, very awesome. But it's
School
from
of
the
Rock.
No, dude, it's from like it's an old movie. It's from like the early '90s. It's Mr. Holland's Opus. You ever heard of this?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever seen it, but I know what you're talking about.
It's a good movie, man. It's a classic. But he's got an opus.
He's got opus.
He's got an opus.
Do you got opus?
I've got a.
Am I Mr. Holland?
This could be my opus.
This take right here could be my opus.
I'll be the Oprah of opuses.
I'll be opus and Oprah.
You get an opus. You get an opus. You get an opus. Everyone gets opuses.
Everybody just wants an opus. Oh, bless my man. But no, man,
cemented himself as arguably the greatest.
So, long story short, do I think the age of LeBron is over? I mean, it's probably safe to say he has more years behind him than in front of him. I don't think that's a abject shock of a thing to say, but I think it's tough too because I think that's happening. We're watching the self-immolation of Russell Westbrook take place in real time, and it sucks because
it is hilarious to watch, though.
It's pretty.
Watching LeBron be really good at basketball is something that I've enjoyed for the better part of my life at this point.
Pretty much.
It's been so long. But what I enjoy more than that is watching him get pissed off at his own teammates.
It's pretty fun.
Very good. It's very good comedy.
Do you remember when JR took the ball the wrong way?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He said,
"Oh yeah, a timeless meme. It will live just as long as his championship in Cleveland."
Bro, imagine being JR in the moment. JR's just like, bro, I'm just here to have a good time, party. I'm trying to get down, do a little bit of JR Smith business, and everybody's like, "What are you doing? You're the worst. Why would you do this to me?"
Bro, I got a 4-year-old. I do that to her all the time. Why would you?
Why are you doing this to me?
Every time she fucks up, I just see J.R. Smith.
She's like, you keep that up. You're not even gonna be junior.
Why did you do that with the toilet paper? Why?
Why? The toilet's right there.
Shoot the ball. Shoot the ball, kid.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. But yeah, man, it's tough. Because I still recall, it's weird to consider what young basketball heads might consider about Russell Westbrook now. Because I still recall the season he had when you tell people someone averaged a triple-double, you would think that would be met with acclaim. But it seems like that's going to go a bit rudderless in the annals of history as far as accomplishments in basketball are concerned.
I had this talk with somebody, with Frey, the other day.
Shout out Jacob Frey.
So Frey said that Russell Westbrook is a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Really?
Yeah, he just said it in passing. Like he just said it like in the middle of his take, whatever it was.
That's quite a take.
I was like, hold on.
Is he though?
Like what? Like he's like, yeah, dude. Nobody averages a triple double. Oh man, Gus Edwards going to the tent.
The Gus bus has lost.
Oh, he hyperextended it.
No!
Oh shit!
Damn.
God, you hate to see that.
That's tough.
Not the knee. Yeah, that's a hyperextension. Hopefully it's...
Dude, the Ravens lost Rashad Bateman, Mark Andrews, and now Gus Bus.
Speaking of knees, while I hit this, I'm going to do a profile real quick. Okay, so the new starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts is one Sam Ehlinger, the hero and pride of the 2017 through 2020 Texas Longhorns. The fucking pride of Westlake, Austin Westlake, Texas. You've heard of Drew Brees. You've heard of Nick Foles. And the next one in line is Mr. Sam Ehlinger.
That boy.
This man started starting games for
Man.
the Longhorns as a freshman, which is a huge undertaking. I don't give a fuck.
That's
what you
a lot
think.
of pressure.
I don't give a fuck what you think about the Longhorns. This is a top.
That's
This
intense.
is a top tier style school. Okay, they may not win a lot, but they're very prestigious,
they may
and
not
it's
win a
hard as
lot.
fuck to start for the Longhorns.
It's not easy.
This man did it as a freshman, in and out, and it was basically his job, his whole 4-year career. This man
Pretty much, yeah.
lived and bled and fucking died and ate shit his whole career for the shitty Longhorns.
Yeah.
Terrible. They were fucking terrible. All
Was
his
that
whole,
was that
It was the exact span
was
of.
that Charlie Strong tenure or was that
it was the very end of Charlie Strong. So Charlie Strong gets fired, right, in
Yep.
the offseason of right before 2017. Tom Herman comes in,
yeah, right, Tom Herman.
And-
Wow, yep.
and that is when Ellinger, 4-star recruit, gets recruited there. Very excited, young stunner.
Young
And
gunslinger.
perfect dual threat guy for
He got them legs. He got that ass. He got them haunch. He got the haunch and the base.
Dual
Bah!
threat.
He got that business about him.
Caucasian male quarterback that can also not be a good pocket passer all the time. Imagine that.
Shocker.
But made plays his whole career for the Longhorns, and had us. Some good times, some up and down, some bad times, some good times.
Yeah, it was
a little
fun.
bit of disappointment in a couple seasons.
had
Had
a
some
good
bad
time.
injuries, but all
Yeah,
in all,
he had a
he
good
was a
time.
likable ass guy that was easy to get behind because he fucking plays his ass off, man. He's tough as shit. You know what happened? His senior year,
What happened?
they played Oklahoma, and anybody that knows anything about
Anybody know anything?
Longhorns is that's our Super Bowl, is the fucking the Red River rivalry.
Red River rivalry. Red Rover. Red Rover rivalry.
This man went into quadruple overtime
Quads.
and lost.
Ugh.
How fucking heartbreaking is that?
That's
Nobody. This man had 100 yards rushing, 4 touchdowns, left it all on the field. So proud of him. That was how he ended his career against OU.
That's a wild ending to a career in college.
He's a tough guy. You know what happened? Let's see. When did he do this? I think it was his senior year of high school. He was already a top recruit and everything.
Lamar.
And he coming into the season, it was like the first game, I think, and he blew his meniscus in his left, and then his fucking like ACL or something in his other knee in the same game.
What?
And he finished that game,
That's gnarly.
and he still played the rest of the season. Because I mean,
That's bananas.
it's high school. There's no rule that you have to get your shit fixed up.
Say IR, that's not a thing.
Yeah, that's not a thing. So like everybody
Throw
was
some
like
dirt on it, it'd be
everybody-
fine.
Yeah, and and especially because it's Texas high school football.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
Hey, are you good though? Can
Are you good though?
Can he play? Hey, in post, can we do the thing from not another team? But can he play?
Can he play?
What can he play? That's what Sam Ellinger got in his senior year at Westlake. And you know what?
Damn.
This man never once backed down.
Not one time.
He never backed down.
Never once
As
paid
Dylan's
for drugs.
real favorite
Yeah.
sports movie would say. He never backed down.
Obviously.
And he's a tough guy, man.
Which-
he's not gonna look. I don't think he's gonna come in and fucking Patrick Mahomes it up. I don't think he's gonna come in and be the next Justin Herbert or anything.
Which we should put a little table dressing. Why are we talking about Sam Ellinger again?
He's the new starting quarterback of the Indianapolis Colts.
And why is he a new starting quarterback?
Because
in the
Matt
Indianapolis
Ryan
Colts?
is dog ass.
Is he though?
Yes.
Is he though?
Yes. Why? Why else would you pay like $20 million a year for an old ass quarterback and then just bench him?
Because you are
You think what? He's like beefing with the coach or something?
No, I think he came to the Colts under the pretenses he'd have a good offensive line and a good run game to supplement his passing
So what?
efforts.
He benched himself?
I mean, when you're getting bamboozled by defensive linemen on basically every play, getting your business lit up.
Look, the identity he's been in Matt Ryan has been in the league long enough to know what the fuck is up. All right, it's
People-
not anyone's fault that he played for the Falcons his whole fucking career.
Sorry, you had to play for
He's
the
always had a good running back, and he knew goddamn well what he was biting into beforehand. I know he got traded, but he had a fucking say in where he went. Okay, I know. He just did. Okay, he's too tenured for them to just have him wake up one morning and do the Kawhi Leonard where he just is, now pack your shit. He fucking knew what he was getting into, okay? That the identity of that team is Jonathan Taylor and then Jonathan Taylor and then
That's
whatever
about
else
it.
after that.
Yeah, that's about it.
And him getting hurt,
Not Devin Dujagay. Hey, shout out UT.
hey, hook him, baby. But yeah,
Throwing him up.
with Jonathan Taylor catching that fat injury at the beginning of the season and having a brand new quarterback come in, and him being what, the third quarterback in 3 years?
I think this is exhibitive, or there's a better word for this. This is a summation of the Colts' issues over the past few years. They have an Andrew Luck problem they have yet to solve.
Yeah. I mean, he left a void.
It's astounding when you build a team around a quarterback and said quarterback gets his ass kicked so often he says, nope, I might be one of the best to ever do it. I don't care. I cannot do this anymore. I'm out. It's astounding the lengths that a team will go to put a Band-Aid over an open wound of that sort that leads to them being in the adrift status they find themselves in now.
Well, to me, at this point, it's on the Colts because
It really is on the Colts, and it's a sad thing to see an organization falter to such a adverse degree.
there's a very inherent mechanism that exists, and it's called tanking. And they are familiar with it because that's how the fuck they got Andrew Luck.
That's true.
So they were just, I don't know, averse to doing it whenever they lost Andrew Luck. They were just like, we can just get another quarterback because that fucking happens.
They just grow on trees, right?
That doesn't fucking happen. The whole thing where you trade for Matt Stafford and then it works, and you trade for who's another quarterback that got traded, went to a new team and did really good recently. There's like one
Tom Brady.
Tom fucking Brady.
Well, I don't know if he got traded. He
Went to a new team.
Yeah, he went and hung out.
Kind of the same, but like other than that, it doesn't really happen.
Who else is a good team?
It doesn't.
I'm
There is no other.
I'm trying to think of other examples, but they are few and far between.
Few and far between, and it usually takes a while. Look at Russell Wilson; he fucking sucks ass.
Yeah, my man said.
Take it.
My man said, "I'm out here doing high knees on an airplane for 4 hours,
What are
so
you
I can
doing?
get my rehab nice, waking up the people
Dude,
sleeping
Russell
on the
Wilson
plane."
is an AI. He's a bot.
He is a computer simulation. He is not real life.
He's out here gathering data about all of us.
This is all just he's
yes.
trolling us. He has to be.
He wants to see.
There's no way this is real life.
What corny
Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's
ride.
He wants to see what kind of corny antics and like cliches that we respond to, and like what pisses people off.
You remember the video of him announcing his contract extension with the Eagles when
Oh,
he
God,
when
have we
he,
not talked about that
when he
yet?
was in bed with Sierra and he's like,
Holy shit,
Seattle.
bro, that is.
"Is Russell Wilson?
Whoa, stop!
I'm here
Stop
to
doing it, dude.
I just want to announce.
Stop! It's
I've
fucking-
signed
dude,
I've signed a contract extension." He's wiping sex sweat off his face and shit, and Sierra's just hanging out. And she says,
Gross, dude.
"Go." What did she do? She was like, "Go Seahawks," and Russell Wilson's like, "Yeah,
Y'all go to bed.
I'm wrapping her up.
Yeah.
Wink, wink,
He's like,
wink. Ah.
Go home. He's like, and he literally looked in the camera. And he was like, "Now y'all go to bed." Or
Now
something
y'all
like
go to
that.
bed. We about to do the same. Man,
Jesus
hold up.
Christ.
Man, imagine being that kind of guy, and that's the life
it's the
you
same,
live.
It evokes like the same reaction as like in Tropic Thunder whenever what is Tom Cruise's character called? Rex Spielman or something like that?
something like that.
Tug Speedman. Anyways, when he's on the phone, Tugger, and they're trying to they've got Ben Stiller for ransom.
Yep.
And he was like, you could eat a fucking my goat cheese or whatever. And then he's like yelling at them, and then they're just like on the other end of the phone, just being like,
Whoa.
those dudes, like that's kind of what I felt like whenever I was watching that video, man.
A little
and
bit.
like that's pretty much his persona. It's just like him being as cringe as humanly possible.
It's weird. It's weird becoming an older quarterback and just not being good. And now all you have to rest on are the laurels of
He's got to be doing it on purpose, man.
being kind of a nerdy guy, kind of being a little bit.
He's not a nerd. Nerds can be likable. Russell Wilson is not likable.
What is an adjective to describe Russell Wilson?
Listen, here's
What
why.
is the label
I'm gonna
that
go
one
ahead and
should
tell
put?
you guys why you don't like Russell Wilson.
Why don't we like Russell
It's
Wilson, Frank?
because he's fucking self-centered as fuck. He's a borderline narcissist, I think.
He's got
none of
sociopathic
his
tendencies.
priorities and nothing that he alludes to in his interviews or anything like that is ever team or other person oriented.
It's always to fill the brand of
It's always
Russ.
about how good he is and how the fact that he's got fucking Wolverine blood, and he's fucking he's high stepping it through the fucking 4 hours worth on the plane ride.
On a plane.
That's just inconsiderate as shit. That's all that is. It's not funny.
Frank,
it's not
Frank,
inspiring.
What would you
it's
do?
fucking weird, and it pisses me off if I'm on the plane. Sit your ass down. Fucking idiot. I can hear you. Even if I'm like, I have my headphones in. I know you're doing it.
He said, Broncos country, let's high. Knee on the airplane.
Oh my God. Fucking throw this man out the plane, please. Mile high indeed.
He said,
Finish your Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook,
Frey has said
he's a first
oh,
round Hall of Famer.
yeah.
And then Frey's main thing was like, dude, who averages a triple-double throughout a whole season? Who does that? And I'm like, look, okay,
Is that
fair.
enough? Is that enough to warrant Hall of Fame consideration?
Fair, but I'll say two things. One, I don't think that he's the last one to ever do that.
I don't think so either.
Because I think that like the way that athletes
buy
are
that.
becoming more well-rounded in the game of basketball, and the way training is and everything, the way it's evolving, people
Everyone's just a creative
are
player.
finding other ways to be effective. Whether it be on the stat sheet or playing defense or whatever, the game is moving away from players that are just good unquantifiably, that are just team guys, right? There's a metric for everyone
just a
these
role
days,
player
and there's a
anymore.
way to establish how good everyone is in a certain respect in the NBA nowadays in 2022, and
Hamstring.
going forward, the triple double, even now, it's not that cool. Like people say that you got a triple double. It's cool for like fantasy, but like people a lot of times have to make the case that like teams are better or not, even though their player A, gets a triple double all the time. Did their team do that much better because they got a triple double? Fucking shout out to one of my favorite NBA YouTubers. His name is Jimmy High Roller.
Oh, Jimmy High Roller, good money.
Shout out, go check out that dude. His content is fucking phenomenal. It's very in-depth.
JXMY High Roller.
And he picks wild shit like does the triple double really affect a game as much as we think it does? How much weight does it really deserve? And he breaks it down, and it's very succinct. Go check it out.
I mean,
and just from like a casual, because I'm a casual NBA straight up.
Boys
I'll be
are
the first one to
casual.
tell you, I'm a fucking casual now. From a casual standpoint,
Super
I mean,
cash.
it's cool that you're contributing and you're getting a bunch of assists, but like, I don't think that you like a lot of the times the game hinged on whether or not you got a
there's
triple-double.
not really a correlation between I got a triple double and my team won.
Right.
It's just more like
it's not like a need.
I could miss a bunch. I could like take a bunch of bad shots and get 10 rebounds, and then
And
like,
a lot of that, and we
like,
were there for that
pass to better
season. We were
shooters and
there.
get
For that
10
season too. A lot
assists.
of them times that he got them triple doubles, he was stat padding. Like let's just call a spade a spade. If you remember that season when he averaged a triple double,
Yeah.
a lot of them games he didn't need to have a fucking triple double.
Nah, he ain't need no
He
damn
was just trying to
triple-double.
get 2 more assists, and his teammates were
Boys
going for
getting
that.
mad at him too about it. They were like, "Why does he need to do this? What's the big deal?" And it's like, I don't know, like,
Because that's his stamp. He's not going to lead his team through the playoffs.
nah, he ain't leading no.
He's
damn
just
team
going to
to the
show up on his fucking little record for his triple doubles, and that's great.
Does
and then
that-
Frey acknowledged that too. He was like, he's got big games in the playoffs. He's got playoff wins, and I'm like,
Remind me this: does Russell Westbrook have a ring?
no, absolutely not.
Is that an indictment on basketball history? Do you feel like Russell Westbrook, the player, deserves a ring?
No.
Wow.
Well, okay. First of all, it's not for me to say whether or not somebody deserves a ring. Let me say that.
Frank,
don't take me out of
you-
context.
You don't deserve a ring.
Don't take me out of context. I think
no
like,
ring for you.
everybody in
no,
the NBA
no soup for
works
you.
very hard their whole life to perfect their craft at an elite level, and they have made lots of sacrifices, and they sure deserve to see the height of their dreams and their certain field be realized. Everyone deserves that in life. I want that for everybody. We're not here to. We're not here to
want
hate.
people to have fun and get acclaim.
We're not here to hate here at loose ass sports.
These loose ass sports we're talking about.
But I'm not salty about him never having a ring. I'm not like I don't think it checks out that he doesn't have a ring. I think it kind of checks out.
It almost feels like a blip on the radar of sorts, to where it's like, oh, he got a triple double average. That's cool, but that's about it. I mean, I don't know if that calls for like he needs a ring for that. Like, I mean, it's just kind of something he did, and it was cool that it happened, but I wouldn't call it like amazing.
And like we've seen the crash and the rise and the fall of the super team in the NBA, right? In our lifetime, we got to see it.
We kind of did, didn't we?
We got to see it happen, and then everybody clamor for it, and then see like what the data came out to, who was good, who was bad, mostly bad, honestly. And now it's kind of fizzled out. Now it's kind of going back to like you gotta just have a solid team with solid depth.
You gotta have a team.
You gotta have good shooters. You gotta have a good coach.
You got to.
Because for a lot of the time in LeBron's prime, like coaching was like not important. Like you can't tell me that any coach that LeBron ever had on a fucking team.
Are you saying
mattered.
Eric Spoelstra is not a good coach?
Eric Spoelstra is a good coach, but again, this is incidental. I think like especially because Eric Spoelstra was brand new.
Yeah, he was new in
whenever he had the heat with LeBron and all them, right? He's a great coach now. I mean, yeah, but like I can't really call it as to how much influence he had on them LeBron teams in the 2012s. And
I mean, yeah, you got LeBron, you got D Wade, you got Bosh, you got
Mario Chalmers,
Udonis Haslem.
You had
Ray Allen was on there. They had Birdman
and Mike Miller, I think, for a little bit.
Yeah, they had
Wait, that wasn't.
No. It was close. It was close around that time. They had Shane. Wasn't Shane Battier on there too?
Yeah.
Yup. They had him boy too. Yup.
The batty one. Yeah.
The Batman himself.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't think it's crazy that Russell Westbrook has never had a ring. I don't think that's like important to him, honestly.
I have a question.
What's up?
Why doesn't Chris Paul have a ring?
Because he's not fun. Because people don't have fun hanging out with Chris Paul. That's why. Sorry, America. Someone had to say it. It's not fun hanging out with Chris Paul because he too busy making a damn commercials and shit. Sorry. The truth comes out.
This man comes to parties, walks out with your lighter, fucking doesn't compliment anything about the house, doesn't bring anything.
Double dips the chips.
Yes. Fucking drinks all your beer, doesn't ever bring anything.
Photo bombs the group show. You don't even get an invite.
Oh my gosh.
That's why. It could have been so easy.
He's a wallet forgetter is what he is.
Oh,
my drive-through line.
Oh, my wallet. Oh, I must have left it here. Wow, that's crazy.
Oh, you don't have Venmo or Cash App, huh?
Look at my pockets. I'm a bit. He's like
Chris Paul, huh?
He's like Fred Armisen in the Broad City episode. I'm a baby. I have no money.
No, but yeah, Chris Paul's fine.
He's whatever.
I wish he would have gotten a ring. Honestly.
He's not.
I was pulling for him that 1 year.
Do you feel like it's more of an indictment on basketball history that Chris Paul ain't got a ring than Russell Westbrook? Westbrook?
Look, I don't think anybody having a ring or not having a ring is an indictment on the sports history. Because I think like things play out the way that they're meant to. You know,
it's a strong word, indictment.
Yeah, I mean, things play out the way that they're supposed to. So like the history and the legacy of like the NBA.
What was
everything is as it should. Like that's I don't know if that's like some monk shit, but like
that's what the guy in Harold and Kumar said. The universe tends to unfold as it should be.
the black dude that just gets harassed. Yeah.
What was the closest he ever got? Was his tenure in Houston the closest he ever got to a ring?
No, he literally was in the finals and like a couple years ago with the Phoenix Suns.
Oh wow, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they completely floundered.
Yeah, he became a footnote in the Giannis thing. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Like, yeah, I'm sad for him for not winning that time, and I was pulling for him because I think he does deserve one. But that's part of Giannis's legacy is to win that ring. And who's to say that Giannis ever gets another ring?
He might not.
It's always sounds crazy like to talk about young players that way, but like it happens all the time. It happens to the fucking best dudes.
Not everybody gets a ring.
Some dudes just never come back, and they don't see it coming. We don't see it coming. It's just the way that fucking pro sports is.
Rings aren't everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of parity.
They are nice though.
And again, nobody likes to see the Patriots win every fucking year, right? So outside of that,
not a big fan.
It was cool seeing the Spurs win a lot. I'm on board with that.
I'm a big fan.
But that's what we would call an outlier, right? Because it's awesome.
Yeah, you can't really like. And that's why I almost feel spoiled as a Spurs fan now, and it's sad.
I mean, we've
had our fun in the sun.
It's balanced out. We've had a shit team for the last 5 years or whatever. It's fine.
Do you think if Jaja Pachulia never injures Kawhi Leonard?
Stop. Don't do this to me.
Stop it. Do not dare.
I am not drunk enough. I am not drunk enough to address that.
They showed him on the.
I will never get over it.
They showed him on the ring ceremony for the Warriors the other day, and I was like, "It's him! It's him once again! My arch nemesis, Jaja Pachulia."
He is a villain, man. He's got a villain name.
Felonious, villainous, unscrupulous, mischievous, malicious, evil, nefarious motherfucker named Jaja Pachulia.
Zazacious Pachulia.
Zazacious Pachulia.
Yeah,
sound like I got a mouthful of rubber and shit.
Yeah, he's definitely he's definitely Joaquin Phoenix in Gladiator. For
wow.
Sure.
He said,
sure.
I'm vexed. I'm terribly vexed.
He's out here injuring
it's quite
Kawhi
vexing.
Leonard in the same fashion. He's out here injuring Kawhi Leonard before it in the same fashion.
It's such
in front of all of our fucking faces.
All of our faces were witness to.
Oh my God.
Just an immediate injury history altering
weird
incident.
It's weird to complain about stuff like that as a Spurs fan because again we had such a good run there, but like what a great that was our narrative.
I was so ready
because that was like was the super team, right? I was so ready. The Golden State Warriors was like the first the first unbeatable team we've seen in the NBA in our lifetime.
Kenyon Drake running? Oh my God!
Right? Like that was. That Golden State Warrior team before Kevin Durant is like that's like the first that was like they broke the record, right?
Yeah, the wins record.
Yeah,
they had
got
72?
No, that's how many games. Well, no, but I think it was like was it 73?
It was 72, 73, something like that, right?
It was 73. Yeah, that sounds right. But yeah, that was that team, and like we had a shot, bro. Like it's weird to say, like, yeah, of course the Spurs fan thinks that they had a shot against the fucking greatest team ever on paper, but like we fucking did, dude.
We did have a shot.
We weren't there on accident in the fucking
you don't show up there just by proxy. Like,
yeah, I mean our big three were still kicking.
They were still big and they were still three.
And Kawhi was the man. That was like peak Kawhi. That was peak Kawhi, dude.
Peak Kawhi. Sounds like one word. Kawhi.
Dude, Kawhi got his fucking stupid injury and was like nothing for 2 years, got shipped off, and then took his whole entire team on his back to a championship.
He put the team on their back door.
One of the most impressive championship runs
It's pretty good.
of all time. Like, who does what Kawhi did with the Raptors?
That's pretty gnar.
That's an iconic shot that he made in Game 7. Holy fuck.
That one against the Sixers?
Yeah, you write that shit in a book,
bro,
and you're like, this is the corniest shit ever. This would never happen.
They said, you lying, quit faking the funk. That did not happen. And you pull up YouTube and you're like, look at that shot.
Like, who, like what? Like, Kawhi, man, you've got some good luck, man. I don't know what he did in his past. He must have been like Mother Teresa or something in his past life to have a fucking...
Where is Kawhi now?
Clippers. He's finally back. Like he's
for real?
Yeah, he was healthy the other day and was playing. Yeah, it was his first game since 2021, the end of 2021. But the person in the post game that was interviewing him, she was like, "This is your first game back since 2012," and she just kept talking. She said on accident, and like Kawhi didn't catch it at all because Kawhi's just a fucking.
He's a robot.
Yeah,
I am Kawhi bot.
He's just a Russell Wilson, but he's not programmed to like say things. He's
Kawhi.
programmed to laugh funny. But yo, even Kawhi acknowledges that his laugh was funny.
It's pretty
a little bit of self-awareness. That's all we're asking for, guys. Just a little bit of self-awareness.
A little self-awareness, which
it's the clear cut. It withstands time. A way to be likable. Just be a little bit self-aware. That's all you need.
Be a little self-aware.
Be a little humble and be a little self-aware. That's all anyone needs in life, and you'll be likable. I promise.
Be a little loose and be a cannon.
Not that I would know. Everybody fucking hates me, but I'm not humble
because you're not self-aware enough.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
You need to drink more. I think that's your issue. That's definitely the issue.
That's definitely not my issue.
That's definitely the issue we're having here.
If there's anything I'm lacking, it's not alcohol and consumption.
So I think I take a look at the clock. We're a little bit past 10. We're in the waning minutes of the fourth quarter. It appears that the Tampa Bay, Tom Brady Bay Buccaneers are
about to lose again.
Are going down in a hail of fire and brimstone, much akin to his current marital status.
Once again, playing his Undertaker role of putting a team away with a late field goal.
And I think
as is tradition.
And we're drawing to
Hook 'em horns.
We're drawing to a close. Did Justin Tucker play for the Horns?
Yes.
Wow,
dude, come on.
I legit did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Hey, you learn something new every day.
I'm gonna do one more profile for the shorts.
Okay.
So
what you got?
This year's Trayvon Diggs, right? Is
and who is Trayvon Diggs?
He's a cornerback for the Dallas Cowboys, who was a rookie last season, a high draft pick, first rounder from Alabama, brother of Stephon Diggs, of course. He's a cornerback.
Yep.
Who is the defensive player tasked with covering wide receivers.
Yep.
Typically the fastest man on the field. The cornerback is Trayvon Diggs won Defensive Rookie of the Year, if I'm not mistaken, or was that Micah Parsons?
That's tough. We might need to figure that guy out in post.
Not important. They both deserve
They were both
it.
very good. Split the award. Why not?
So the thing is, his thing is he gets interceptions. He set the rookie record with like 9 interceptions, which is a crazy number for anyone to get, much less a
lot of
rookie.
picks.
Yeah, he knows how to judge a ball in the air and intercept that bitch.
Yep.
Because he's basically a receiver. This person I'm highlighting is this year's Trayvon Diggs, and he's basically a receiver. You know why? Because he played receiver through like the first 3 years of his college career, all the way up until he switched in his senior year of college to play cornerback.
Wow.
This was a weird switch for him physically, because typically you want a person that's more agile and lower to the ground, which is why we don't see tall people playing corner. This man is 6'4".
Wow.
Now, if I tell you that a football player on defense is 6'4", objectively, what do you think of? You think maybe he's a D end? Right?
Well, probably something like that.
Longer guy, longer arms,
a little
can
bit,
bend.
Yeah, a little bit
bend
more,
the edge.
get around the pocket, a little bit more mobile.
Maybe he's a quarterback, right, on offense?
Probably.
You know, maybe he's a wide receiver. No.
That's what I would assume.
Maybe he's a basketball player? No, this man is a cornerback. Okay?
Wow.
Maintaining his agility and hanging with receivers. Here's why he's able to stay with these receivers. This man is a combine legend. He ran a 4.26.
Wow.
At the combine. 4.26.
Flash of lightning.
Video game numbers at 6'4". This is a created player, guys. I'm not joking.
My Madden.
6'4" feet tall. 6 feet 4 inches tall.
6'4" feet tall.
4.26. Tyreek Hill speed. Okay. 42-inch vertical.
Blink and you miss him.
And just jump out of the fucking gym. 42 inches. I can't even. That's so high. This is the only things that he did, I think, in the combine. I think he just did the vertical and did the runny thing.
He said, "Who needs bench
out.
press?"
He was like, "Look, them are my numbers, and I'm getting drafted, and come and get me."
Hello.
And come and get him. The Seahawks did in like the 5th or 6th round, and the Seahawks are dude so good at pulling talent on day 3. I mean, they just pulling, especially defensive players. They know how to scout them out there.
Shout out to Pete Carroll on that scouting team. They got something figured out.
Looking at Russell Wilson going somewhere else and being shitty, I mean, now we got to give Pete Carroll some credit now.
Old gum chewer himself might have earned himself a little bit of credit, one might say.
But I digress. The man had 4 interceptions in 4 straight games this year already.
It doesn't happen often.
It really doesn't ever happen. I don't know if a rookie has ever had 4 in 4 straight games. And it's crazy that he was drafted that late and made the starting lineup as a starter for a team like the Seahawks. Okay, yeah, they were a tanking team in the preseason, but hey, they're doing pretty damn good now.
Not too bad.
I don't think anybody's calling him a tanking team anymore. He went up and got that fucking starting job.
Yep.
And now he's hawking down balls. You know why? Because he's a fucking unknown rookie. And quarterbacks think that they can just pick on the guy.
Oh, they think.
I haven't said his name yet. His name is Tariq Woolen.
The loose cannon of the week.
Tariq Woolen.
Bam.
Number 27 from nowhere else but UTSA.
Go
The
Roadrunners.
man is a fucking homer.
Dim
okay?
boys.
He's repping the SA, bro. He's a Texas boy.
Countdown City.
And he's making waves in the NFL, man. He's going to be a player for years and years to come. He may not be the best cover corner right now, but you know what? Neither is Trayvon Diggs. But this guy has breakneck cover speed. He can cover ground in the blink of a fucking eye, and it's happened on each one of his interceptions. Whether he's getting beat and baits a quarterback or he just out jumps the receiver. He is a wide receiver in a wide receiver's body at a cornerback's position, and he's fire, man. Go check him out. Tariq Woolen, CL Seahawks.
Good money, one might say.
2022's Trayvon Diggs.
Absolutely. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're going to bring this episode to a close. But just to make sure we put a bow on it nicely, you have been watching Loose Cannon Sports My name is Dylan Harkins. This is my
I'm Frank.
partner in criminality, Frank Hernandez.
Thank you so much for listening to us, especially if you made it this far. We do it for people to listen to us and
for the love
think we're cool. So
of the game.
yeah, we
one might
appreciate you
say.
hanging out with us. We really do.
Until next time, stay classy.
Stay loose.
Stay loose and stay canon. Bye-bye.
Have a cannon go off, right?